We are back, Peanut Gallery. What is CMLL and the rest of the wrestling world up to as it relates to the news?
Yeah, so the visa process for the CMLL guys are going through at a pretty good pace. So we should be seeing them back in AEW pretty soon.
They've been gone for a few months. I'm surprised that they're actually going
remember,
through.
they had those visa issues.
Yeah, because the company can't get their head out of their ass.
So they're actually kind of working their way through. As you know, with anything government, it's going to take forever.
Right. And remember, this is not even guaranteed that they'll get these visas at all. Most likely they will, but at the same time, it's not guaranteed. I don't know why they want these people back on this television screen. It's not
who knows?
Like, why?
I don't know.
Where, I mean, just fix yourself, AEW. Like, come on.
Right. So obviously, we did talk about how Scripps is, well, it was noted earlier, Scripps is leaving the company.
He's letting his contract
He's letting his contract expire. Don't know what he's doing after this, but, you know.
I don't think there's a 90-day non-compete.
No, there is not.
Let your contract roll over. That's what Dean Ambrose did when he left. That's why he could debut in AEW so quickly.
Yeah, and I wonder if Scripps would be a great place. I think TNA would be a great place for him.
Yeah, I could see him more as a manager because he's literally a Cirque du Soleil performer before he joined WWE. So
yeah, and his skills are they're mid.
They're getting better.
Yeah,
you know, once again, if he can have a faction for him, I think that'd be really cool. I could see him being with like Mustafa Ali and being a part of that. I think that'd be a really cool wrestler manager situation.
Or Top Dollar and
First Class.
Yeah, First Class.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. We're not shoehorning him in because of the color of their skin. We're just talking in general.
Yeah.
I think those two places would be really good for him.
Yep, absolutely.
But who knows?
So obviously, if you've been watching, the NXT Women's North American Champion is finally going to be decided at Battleground,
and it's going to be in a ladder match.
Yes, it's going to be in the UFC Apex Center.
It's going to be really. It's going to be a really interesting.
Yeah, because it's not a very big. It's not a very big arena.
No, it's not. I mean,
it has 1,000 people or something.
Yeah, it's right across the street from the headquarters here in Vegas. So, I think that's going to be interesting to see what they do with that.
Obviously, we've gone over all the Drew Gulak drama.
We don't have to talk about Drew Gulak.
So yeah, Tonga Loa debuted.
No, this is Gable Steveson.
Oh, that's right, Gable Steveson. Gable Steveson was released.
Yes,
as well.
This is Gable Steveson. This is a different colored person. Peanut Gallery. Come on,
God,
Jesus. But I was going to talk about Gable Steveson, but
yeah, because he has some allegations way back in the day, and people were comparing Drew Gulak's situation to Gable Steveson,
which is stupid because those are two totally different things.
Yeah.
And also, I think Gable Steveson got a really bad rap, and I blame the fans for it.
Oh yeah.
Their comparison to Kurt Angle, I think, was incredibly unwarranted, and
because he's no Kurt Angle.
No, but the issue is that they were trying to shoehorn him in there, and they rejected him. It's like maybe he was getting better,
right?
But I think after a while, they're like, we just don't know what to do with this guy.
And this is not the only one that happened right after that mass release. Bubba was also released. And I think that is very similar to the reason why Xia Li and Indashare and Jinder Mahal were released as well, is because I think that they were putting him into NXT in order to capture that Chinese markets.
Right.
Now with that Netflix deal, they really don't need that.
Right. And at the same time, were they getting better? Because remember, nowadays it's based on how you perform.
Right.
It's not based on anything else.
Right. Because the reason why Von Wagner was released was because he wasn't getting better.
Right.
And he had 5 years. They had him under contract for 5 years, and he just wasn't getting as good as they were wanting.
There is a standard with WWE, and if you're not meeting that standard, you're not meeting that standard. But I also heard that Gable Steveson was kind of an ass backstage too.
Yeah.
So, but they kind of weird. I'm not sure if he'll be able to, but I think they released him right before the men's Olympic wrestling qualifiers, and I think based under his 90-day non-compete, I don't think he can.
Right.
But we'll see on
guess.
that. I mean, I think he's really kind of in that area anyway.
Yeah.
You can make a living on doing the Olympics, so I'm sure you'll be fine. But this one was one of the bigger ones because they really put a lot of investment with Gable Steveson.
They did. I mean, they really did a lot, like touting and everything like that.
Exactly.
So Darby Allin got hit by a bus.
This guy cannot catch a break for shit.
I know.
He broke his arm and somehow... How? I think he told the story on how it happened.
He did. He told... I don't remember if he told on Instagram or if he told on a live stream or something. I think it was on Instagram.
Yeah,
right?
I think it was on Instagram.
But yeah, he got hit by a freaking bus.
This guy just cannot catch him.
But he's not the only high-profile person that is getting injured now this week, because Julia Hart is injured and she just underwent surgery.
Yeah, she had elbow surgery, I think.
Let's see, there were a couple of other people that had more minor injuries, but again, this is a post-dynasty whatever is going on. Okay, so Camille is rumored to sign a contract with AEW.
So she made the mistake. Great.
Yeah, she made a mistake.
Fantastic. She'll be, I mean, I will say, of all the competition with AEW, I think Camille will really stand out in that company.
I don't think she's going to stand out at all. She's going to just be the white person's Jade Cargill.
You really think that they're going to pigeonhole her in that position?
Yes, I think they are.
That would be so disappointing, but at the same time, I am not going to be surprised in any capacity.
Because she's tall and athletic.
And she's like chiseled out of fucking granite.
Right,
and I
just
think,
like Jade Cargill.
Right.
So Ethan Page
is he actually gone? Because I saw his video and he was totally making a goof about it, and I have no clue what the hell's going on.
You know, I don't know the situation around his contract either. All I know is that apparently he's out. I just don't know.
I hope he is. I mean, not because he doesn't deserve it, it's because he deserves to be in a better spot. He deserves to go back to fucking TNA.
Right, or he is good friends with Cody Rhodes.
Right, so
who, in case you haven't noticed, is currently the WWE champion.
Right, he is literally the top guy in that company. So I could see him there, but at the same time, I think he needs to be in a place where he's going to shine like a star. And I think he would be a much better position in TNA.
Oh, absolutely. He'd make a great heel.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where
this is the other brown person.
Yes, this is the other brown. I'm sorry, I got the two mixed up. Isn't Gable Steveson black?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
I said brown.
Okay. Well, we'll just roll with that because Tonga Loa finally came. We knew it was going to happen. It was inevitable.
I cannot believe that nobody scooped this at all. Nobody thought that it was going to be Tonga Loa.
No. I think everyone was saying it was be like Jacob thought too.
Right, but he is signed with the company, but I think he's probably going to need some more
training,
some more seasoning. Right.
And I do expect Hikuleo to debut at some point in time.
Yes, because he tweeted about it because his brothers are now in WWE. And I think it's really cool. I just love this picture because look at the attention to detail as it relates to it. Paul Heyman with the opposite arm, him wearing more blue. It's like it all just fits so nice.
Right.
It's great.
He has no idea. All right, so King and Queen of the Ring tournament is starting up. They are doing their finals in Saudi Arabia.
They are starting these qualifiers, I think, next week on Raw.
They're starting it like literally tomorrow on Raw.
Yeah. Here's the thing about the King of the Ring, and I think they need to bring it back because I think it's a great thing. The former Kings of the Ring winners would get a world title shot.
I think that
it was essentially the workhorse. It's like we're putting them on the pedestal, literally.
Right.
I think they need to bring that back.
I think they do too.
I think instead of just like or incorporate it into their gimmick. I know in some cases like Baron Corbin didn't work, but look at how William Regal did it. Look at how King Booker did it. Look at how
and I think this would also be a good opportunity for like heel on heel or face on face. It would give them an excuse to kind of experiment with that. Like say for example, Walter wins it. Or Gunther wins it and he goes after the World Heavyweight Champion. Obviously, in a normal circumstance, he wouldn't be doing that against someone like Damian Priest, but it would give Gunther an excuse, especially with the following event being Bash in Berlin, to actually perform at that in that world title spot.
Now, I think they announced all the matches. Do you have a prediction for the King and Queen? Because I do.
Well, again, I think Gunther deserves it. As far as Queen, I'm not sure.
I want Shayna Baszler to win it.
You want Shayna Baszler?
And here is why. She's been kind of put in this little rut. Mm-hmm. She needs some momentum back.
Oh yeah.
What better way to get some sort of momentum than win after win after win after win, and then doing this? And she's already known as the Queen of Spades.
Right.
And so her having like this more maybe dominant, methodical queen character, not campy, but like what they
like
did,
what she was in NXT.
like what they did with William Regal, that tyrannical sort of like mythos character,
Right.
and then her versus Becky Lynch for the women's world. I think that would be a great way to pump some life back into that Raw main event scene.
Right.
But that's just me on that subject.
So John Laurinaitis is joining Mr. McMahon in their in his
lawsuit against Grant.
Well, they were named in the lawsuit, but he supports and did a similar motion to essentially stop the lawsuit from proceeding.
Yeah. So I don't know how John Laurinaitis in good faith can do this, because he literally said he was a victim.
He literally said he was a victim.
And
then he just turns around and does this.
Mr. McMahon's a cool guy.
Right.
I like his mustache.
So Seth Rollins finally signed his contract.
So there was another thing that I wanted to talk about, because he was at the Kentucky Derby.
Oh yes, I just saw that he shaved his beard.
No, he shaved his head. He's bald.
Oh, he's bald?
He's bald.
Huh.
So he had a hat on, so I can't confirm that for sure. But it looked like there was no hair hanging down.
No. From
here. So there was speculation.
And he was not totally clean shaven, but he was much cleaner shaven.
Yes. But yes, there is speculation that he is bald. And that, I don't know why that would bother me, but it kind of does. But yes. And then Seth Rollins also had knee surgery, I believe. So he's going to be out for a while.
He's going to be out for, I think they said, like 5 to 7 months. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then finally, WrestleMania is
coming to Vegas.
Yes. So
we live in Vegas.
Right.
It's coming to Vegas.
Yeah, it's coming here. So
it's going to still be in April. It's going to be actually in later April.
Yes, it's going to be Easter weekend. That is the weekend of the 19th and 20th is Easter.
Oh.
Yeah. And the reason why they did that was because Vegas wanted to do it that weekend, because that is, for obvious reasons, traditionally a slower weekend.
Right.
So they want to inject some life into
the city on that weekend, because the more weekends that happens, the better the revenue comes.
Right. And
you guys
Nick Khan stated that he didn't want to compete with the Final Four anymore. So I do expect it to kind of be in that later April sort of trajectory moving forward. Minneapolis was quite disappointed that they were not given WrestleMania. But
they have an outdoor stadium.
No, they don't.
I keep forgetting about that.
Their stadium is indoors. It is literally shaped like a traditional Viking house.
I keep forgetting that. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
So
they were disappointed. They're going to go. I'm pretty sure
they're going to have it at some point. I'm sure.
I mean, they have the stadium for it. They have the city for it.
Yeah. So I do expect them to get it at some point. But yes, it is going to Vegas.
And also remember that Nick Khan even stated that he preferred indoor arenas on this side of the country. So this was
he just prefers indoor arenas in April, because you just never know when it's an outdoor arena what it's going to be like. So
right.
That's kind of what's happening this week.
It's coming to Vegas.
Yay.
We're hoping to get tickets.
Yes, we are.
But you never know. Those things are going to go lightning fast.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to have to talk about Backlash.
Yes. So when we come back, we're talking about the good and the not so good things about Backlash.